370 cities and towns all across this country single out pit bulls and ban them. And these bans empower agents of the government to engage in a rather remarkable intrusion into the lives of otherwise law-abiding citizens.
You know, perfectly nice, family-friendly dogs who are living as part of a family can be seized and ultimately euthanized.
Alan Grider, a Vietnam War vet, is talking about Precious.
He'd come in the middle of the night when I was having PTSD and wake me up and take me out of the mood I was in.
The city of Aurora took Precious from Grider.
He's my heart, my soul. That dog was everything to me.
You're watching your family member being taken on the end of a choke chain.
And they took her out of my house for no reason.
The animating idea behind these pit bull bans boils down to this. Pit bulls are genetically pre-programmed to be violent. Well, that's false. I'll let Janice Bradley, one of the country's foremost experts on dog cognition, drop the knowledge.
This concept that aggression could be traced back to specific breeds is the folklore created by a criminal subculture. Okay? This is not a concept that exists in science. Burgeoning science with regard to cognition in dogs illuminates how entwined dog behavior is with human behavior. They evolved to live with human beings. It's no longer really scientifically viable or meaningful to talk about domestic dogs except in relationship to human beings. That argues against this idea that there's some immutable quality that makes some subculture of dogs dangerous. Any objectionable behaviors that you see are primarily environmental.
We know there are certain things about aggressive dogs that are true. We know that they're under-socialized with humans, they're often tethered, they're kept isolated from families, and they don't have social skills. And in Fairfax County, we don't find any correlation with breed when it comes to those characteristics.
So if dog aggression is chiefly the function of external factors, not biology, then presumably pit bulls that have been rescued from bad environments and reintegrated into normal families would become regular, loving dogs. Well, we actually have exactly such a natural experiment, and it involves the most famous pit bulls in the country.
April 2007, investigators uncovered an illegal dogfighting operation on the Virginia farm of NFL superstar quarterback Michael Vick.
But the pit bulls rescued from Michael Vick's farm were given a second chance with incredible results.
One of the dogs is a dog named Hector. Lift the dog's head up a little bit so you can see what old Hector
You see
went
right
through.
here on his chest and down his legs, you see the scars from the fighting. But
this dog is a therapy dog. It's unimaginable to me.
These scars are all external. He doesn't have any internal scars.
Isn't that something?
51 pits were rescued from Michael Vick's farm. Fully 47 emerged from that sick, sustained torture session to get adopted and live happy, nonviolent lives.
No one would have predicted this.
never, not in a million years.
To get an even better sense of how arbitrary the supposedly innate character of pit bulls is, consider this breed's cultural position just a century ago.
We have found a couple of collections in the Library of Congress showing dogs in D.C. around from 1890 to 1920. Guess what they look like? These amazing pictures of Downton Abbey ladies with their bustles and their corsets with their pit bull.
For them to have gone from that place of honor in our society, you know that that's about more than the dogs.
Between 2000 and 2009, about 300 people were killed in dog attacks. Every single one of those deaths is a tragedy, but they need to be put into proper perspective. Even if every single one of them was caused by a pit bull, those killer dogs would still only represent a minuscule fraction of the millions of pits in this country. So how about instead of just channeling hype-driven prejudices and empowering police to pull dogs away from loving families for no good reason, lawmakers reconstruct their regulations and hold accountable the being that's actually responsible for that bloodshed, the human holding the leash.